Man, what could have been. What could have been. And that fight, was that in the manga? I don't remember. Probably need to reread it because I don't remember that the first time he activates Perfect Susanoo, the music was also on point because I think it served to push the scene a little bit further up the epicness slash nostalgia scale. Even though we've never seen this, right? But it's nostalgic in the sense that this is something that we know has already happened. It looked beast, man. Especially versus that wooden golem. Now, what got me was like there's this part after he activates it where he says, Hashirama, stop saying such juvenile things. Now, if you look at his face, it's just one shot. If you look at his eyes, it looks like his eyes are watering. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we've never seen that. And I don't know if that's what the animators were going for, but that's the impression I got. That you could see that, you know, he's sort of like slamming Hashirama with words, but at the same time, he's just so conflicted because Hashirama says, like, we were friends, man. We were friends. So much so, in fact, that Hashirama was willing to give up his life for the promise that he made while he was a kid. And it's like, you know, I go back to the time, like, you know, when you're a kid and you make, you know, pinky promise. Nobody keeps that shit. Very, very few people actually keep their promises once they promise something, which is why this world is so fucked up. But here you have a man who's willing to say, you know what, this is something that transcends me as a shinobi. There's something about this promise that is not just about me, and it's not just about my brother and other people. It's about the future generations, which according to Asuma, that's what you really should strive to protect as a shinobi. I'm glad he brought up the kids, because it's like, if we defeat Madara right now, if we kill him, this will send a message to the Uchiha youth, and eventually they're going to come after us. So the solution to the problem is not to keep doing what you've been doing. That is dumb. That just perpetuates the cycle even more. Even though I like Hashirama, I have to admit that at first I thought his logic was really flawed. Like when he said, I'm gonna commit suicide, okay, and then you guys should just hold hands and sing Kumbaya, I thought, okay, what is going on? That is a very stupid decision, because it's not like, you know, none of the Senjus are gonna eventually break the promise and go up against Madara, but the intelligent part here is that no Senju, aside from Hashirama, can actually beat Madara. So even if the Senjus were to go against Madara, the killing would just go on. So on second thought, it wasn't just like Hashirama was being naive and just saying, Toby, I'm gonna kill myself, okay, but you gotta play nice. No, there was a threat behind the promise. It's like, if you don't play nice, this guy's gonna kick your ass. You know that, right? That stated, Madara also had it hard, because by that point in time, there were some Uchiha members that were going over to the Senju clan. And the Uchihas joining the Senjus is also foreshadowing as to one of the reasons as to why Madara eventually ends up leaving the village. But let's say that Hashirama would have killed himself. That would have complicated things for Madara, because if Madara would have still gone against the Senjus, I don't know, like maybe some Uchihas would have said, hey, no, like, you don't get to fuck with the Senjus. And again, Madara's goal wasn't really to protect the Uchihas as a whole. I think it was tending more, leaning towards just protecting my brothers, because by the end of this episode, he actually says, I have nothing else left to protect. My brothers are dead. Because Tobirama, who by the way looks beast in his armor, ended up killing the Sasuke lookalike, Izuna, using FTG. Special shout out to Minato's plagiarism. Now, Madara and Hashirama's dads are fucked up individuals, okay? The fact that they would go and try and kill each other's kids just to get the upper hand in combat is fucked up. And I love how it's Hashi and Mads who block the attack, because I always go back to that thing that Zetsu said. A noob with a shuriken is a lot less dangerous than a pro with a pebble. There was this one part where Hashirama was thinking about Itama, and we also get to see the other brother. I think his name is Kawarama, when he's thinking about both of them. So that's what Kawarama looked like, in case you were wondering, because like in last episode, we just saw him getting buried. I think the animation kind of fluctuated a lot in this episode. I think different animators were in charge of different sections of the episode. You see Hashirama in Madara's fight, and the lighting is just completely different in regards to how it's handled in the lake with the kids and the dad. So I don't know, I thought it was a little bit, you know, it took me out of it a little bit, but, you know, overall as a whole, I think the story stands up for itself, and the animation, for the most part, has fluctuated throughout the entirety of Shippuden, so can't really complain that much about that. I thought it was a good episode, guys. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section. Actually, no, it's a great episode. Yeah, now that I think about it, it's a great episode. My opinion. Like the video if you did. Subscribe to my channel. Leave me your thoughts. Appreciate everything. Thanks.